Please welcome Selena and for her presentation.
Thank you. Wow, nice group. How's everyone doing today?
Great.
Good, good. Thank you for being here tonight. And thank you for EREIA giving me this opportunity to talk my favorite topic, always real estate investing. Let me ask you, how many of you are real estate investors here? Awesome. And how many of you are planning to be a real estate investors? Awesome. Talk to me, make sure. Okay, thanks for the introduction. My name is Selena. I've been a licensed realtor for over 18 years. But before that, I've been a real estate investor for over 21 years. Yeah, I'm not young anymore. So I have a lot of stories to tell. The reason why I want to be a real estate investor, this is back to early 2000s. I worked for a little company. You probably heard of that name, Direct Energy. How many of you heard of that name? Okay, good. So I was working in Vancouver, a small branch, as a controller. By the way, I'm a CMA and a CPA, which means bean counter. And I was working as a controller, and I realized working for others is lots of fun. No, working for others is not lots of fun, and I hated to have a boss to tell me what to do. You know, when I was young, I'm a Chinese, my father told me to be a doctor, lawyer, or something professional. And I hate blood, I hate needles, I told Guan, and I can't even write. My English is my second language. So the only thing I'm good with numbers. So I thought, you know what? Just take all the numbers, and eventually, I actually be qualified to be a CMA. Yeah. You know what? I thought the life is like that. Okay, I have a good job, I'm working for the large corporation, get paid for 6 figures in my early 30s. But then I realized I just don't like to work for others. Because, you know, I'm a controller. I like to be in control. I don't want someone to control me, that kind of thing. Then I start to do is ask myself, what can I be so rich and not work hard? Yeah. And I found my way because I learned most people who are really rich are using real estate as a vehicle to generate wealth. Then I thought, if they can do it, I can do it. And I am a woman, I can multitask. That's how I started real estate investing. I came to Edmonton 2005, July 1st, with my boyfriend, now his husband. And we bought the properties. Let me show you the figures. This is the 2005, the market here. Can you see? It's about $200,000 on average. So I bought 10 ugly houses, not by knowing too much. And I actually retired in 2006. 2007 here, because what's happened in 1 year, in the last 24 months, Edmonton market was 170% increased. Do you remember those old days? Most of you don't, you weren't born that year anyway. And I made a lot of mistakes. So, I mean, I can actually wrote a book about my mistakes. But still, I fast-tracked myself to use the passive income to quit my 6-figure income in 2006 and never look back. And I really like my life. So I wanted to share with you what I learned in those years and what is worked for me, what may not work for me. So we're going to talk two parts. The first, I'm going to share with you the 7 profit centers, which is my mentor, July Ono, told me about it. And then we're going to talk about money smart management, how to manage the properties. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. As my mentor, Donald Campbell, how many of you heard about him? Not too many. He retired. Anyway, he always say, when you invest in real estate, you should have a cookie cutter system. Now, I never make cookies, but I know how does the system work. It means be boring. He also said, if you want to have fun, go to Las Vegas. So real estate investing is, for me, it's fun, but also it's boring because I have to follow the system. And I've been following the system for the last 20 years, and that's how I get where I am today. Now, this is my cookie cutter system number one. I only investing in residential single family homes. I used to own over 100 doors across 3 provinces, BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is such a hard to say for me. It's easy to just draw on the map, draw a square. But anyway, so I own over 100 doors, and I realized it's not the way for me because it's just too much work. So nowadays, I just buy the single family homes. I use this as example because I bought this home for my daughter. She was born in 2013, so we bought her a house. And this is a single family home, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, double garage. I must have a garage. You know why? Because we're so cold here. And the renters, they always have a lot of toys, so they need a garage. 1,300 square foot, brand new, 2013. So we bought for $338. And the first profit center for me, because I am a long-term hold, so it's always to have what? Rental income, the positive rental income. Yeah, it's very easy. You know, the rental income, we got $2,500 because the tenant has a pet, so we charge $100 a pet. And then the rental expenses, deduct the principal, mortgage, interest, principal, the net cash flow is $560. So actually I paid off this property already, so we don't have the mortgage part. It's pretty good cash flow, don't you think? Yeah. How many of you are long-term hold? Good. Do you agree rental income is so important? Not the negative rental income, the positive rental income I'm talking about. Okay, now let's talk about the 7 profit number 2, equity on day 1. As a Chinese, I like negotiation. I never pay full price. 2 years ago, when the market went crazy, I told my clients, buyers, investors, don't buy. But now markets change. Now it's lots of good deals. Because the day you buy that property is the day you make most money. Right? Right, all right? Thank you. So that's equity on day 1, not too much, but I always like to buy below market price. Appreciation. As a CMHC, always using like 2 or 3% per year in 25 years, your property should double the value. Well, the property is not double the value yet, but we do see there are quite a bit appreciation here. Right now it's around $450,000. So we had good $100,000 sitting there. Leverage. Where is my mortgage brokers? Hello. We love you. The money guy, right? Here's another one. Yes. So it's so nice when you buy a property, you only pay what, 25% down? Is that 20 down or 25% down these days? 20. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, 20% down, you can leverage the whole house. I love that. I just love the leverage because that's how you make most money. Am I right? Awesome. Okay. Oh, tax write-off legally. Here I'm talking about. Because rent out the property, renting real estate is a business. So when you rent it out, your property tax, your insurance, your management fee, HOA fee, whatever, is all the expenses. And this is one thing I learned since I moved to Canada. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep legally. So if you own more than 2, could be up and down, right? You can deduct a lot of expenses, such as you paid the fee here to come here tonight. That is tax deductible. When you drive from home to here, the mileage, tax deductible. I'm not giving any accounting advice. I'm just sharing as an investor. Please do not hold me accountable. okay? And any CRA here? Anybody work for CRA? Do not raise your hand. Okay. Right? It's a rental income minus rental expenses. The leftover, you pay to CRA. Only part of it, right? So this is really awesome, especially for people who has a JOB. You have no control how much tax you pay. But if you are a real estate investor, there's something you can not manipulate. You can working on it legally, okay? Awesome. Okay, and of course, who's paying your mortgage?
Tenants.
Your tenants, yes. And even you don't accelerate the payments, 25 years, you own the property, clear title. And me, a high achiever, I like to pay it off ASAP. I know a lot of investors says, oh, do not pay it off, but I like to pay it off because I wanted to show you the last one, the reinvesting. So now I have this is a real case, RBC. You know what? It's so funny. When you don't need money, the bank will really want to give you money. Am I right or right?
Yes.
Right? ATB? True. Yeah, he said true. So I got the money from RBC, and then they gave me over $300,000. Now I'm sitting on the $300,000. I'm thinking, if I'm going to buy this one, it's a fourplex, and I have a good cash flow for $2,000. So that's the reinvesting. Yeah, I can use that $300,000 buy few properties today. So that is my 7 profit centers: the rental income, equity on day one, appreciation, leverage, tax write-off, offset the mortgage, and reinvesting. And if you think it's too complicated at 9 o'clock, you can just remember REALTOR, and I am your Edmonton realtor. Yay! How many of you remember that? Yeah, so this is something I learned 20 years ago. So every property I analyze before I buy, I always to have these 7 profit centers. Now let's talk about money management, because I'm a long-term hold, and I also work with lots of investors. And during the years, I realized about 80 to 90% of the real estate investors struggling, lose money, or quit within the first few years. Am I right? Am I right or right? Yeah, real estate investing is not a fun game. It's a serious business. And I wonder why people couldn't make it. So first, a lot of tenant issues and over leverage. Most people, they will go to those get quick rich seminar. Those seminars will sell you, oh, you take this workshop, you can get really rich quick, so you don't have to work hard. So get rich quick syndrome. They're selling a dream. And I can tell you, you get rich quick, you get poor quicker, because that doesn't work. Real estate is a long-term game. I see lots of a note, yes. And of course, and bought at a high price. In the last 2 years, now this year changed. Last 2 years, we had a plateau in August last year. People will pay extra $30,000, $50,000, $80,000 to get the deal. You remember last few years? This is something to really get poor quick, because real estate investing shouldn't have any emotion. You should be based on the 7 profit centers. The number 1, equity on day one, never overpaid. And of course, location. So when I was investing in Edmonton, I lived in Vancouver. Hello, Vancouver? Yeah. So I lived in Vancouver. I have no idea where's the location in Edmonton. I thought I know everything, but I didn't. So some properties took me a while to get rid of it. That's why I sold over 20 properties the last 2 years. When market went go up, I start to get rid of it because it's not that very good locations. Okay, I'm not going to name the locations because everyone has a different way to investing. But for me, when the tenant's living there not paying it, that's not a good location for me. Of course, the type of homes. Now, I've been a realtor for over 18 years. When I walk into a property, the bedroom is in the basement, that's not easy to sell. So the type of properties, the layout is so important, okay? And then let's talk about how to make money smart management in the properties. I love this guy. How many of you know him? All of the hands? Yeah. Even you, Warren Buffett? I like him because he says, never lose money. And the rule number 2, follow the rule number 1. If you know someone, they lost all the money in real estate investing, just ask them the question, if you don't investing, if you're not being greedy investing, if you don't know what you're doing and you invest, you're going to lose money. But if you didn't invest it, do you still have that money? The answer is yes, right? A lot of people say, well, inflation, you put the money in the bank, you lose the money, but the money is still money. If you put in the money in the bank, you don't invest in the bad properties, a chance are you're better off, right? Do you agree? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, only one person agreed. Thank you. The 3 and the 4 is buy quality homes. That's why I like to buy single-family homes. That's just my philosophy. I'm in my 50s. I don't need any excitement for the tenant issues. So that's why my cookie-cutter system is single-family homes in a really good location. And of course, to have the property management. A lot of times, especially I work with people from Vancouver or Toronto or other provinces, they bought the property, they handed the property to property managers. And after a few years, what happened? Trashed, yeah? So very important, even you have a property manager, you still have to managing the manager. Am I right, Pamela? Say yes. So yeah, she's my property manager. So communication with her, talk to the property manager to make sure your property is in good shape. What I've been doing is, when the winter coming, you can see a lot of defects in the property, the leak, the issues, and this is a good time to hire an inspector to check on the property. How much you charge for inspection?
Everyone, I'm Dimitri, I'm home inspector. So we charge based on size and age. For an average home, single detached, you're looking at 650 plus GST. The bigger it is, the older it is, the more money it costs, right? But it's a ballpark, that's what it is. 650.
Yes. For $600, and for me, he gave me $50 off, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for $550, to check the property every 2 years, I think that's a good investment. Yeah. What's that?
And you have the lens right off.
And it's right off. I like that. I like the way you think. On top of that, I have such good tenants. They will tell me, hey, what's wrong, what's happened, what's need to be doing. So we have our rental guy, Eli, here. Hello, Eli. He's my rental guy. We did over 200 projects, and he's also look after my rental properties. And if our tenant moved out, what we do, paint the house.
That is, you painting your house with preparing for next tenant or for selling, then
Yep. You know why? Thank you, Eli. Thank you. You know why we wanted to keep the property in a great shape? So I can keep increasing the rent. More money in my pocket. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Yep. Very important to take care and maintenance the property. I work with lots of out-of-town clients. They are too rely on the property managers. By the time we took back the house, they have lots of issues. And these issues could be avoided if they just fix the leak. Because a little leak can cost you, I don't know, a few $100, hire a plumber to fix it. But if you wait too long, the leak travel all the way to the ceiling. Now you have a ceiling issue all the way down. So that costs more money. So spend some money, small money, to fix it better than spend $20,000, $30,000 to fix it. And this is our job, at least it's my job as investor, to look after that property. Now, let's talk about the number 5 and number 6. Keep it simple, yes. So for my investing strategy, very simple, as I mentioned, I use 7 profit centers to evaluate, is this a good property or not? Keep it simple. And also, I have a team. You know, if you are the person thinking you can do everything in real estate, you will be very tired. Just like my husband, he thinks he can fix everything. Yeah. For me, I don't even know how to change the light bulb. But I have Eli to change the light bulb. Or not just change the light bulb, do the rentals, right? I have a buyer's choice to check out my properties to make sure it's good. And I have a Pamela to rent out my property so I don't have to deal with tenants. Because one thing is, I ask myself, if I have to do showings to the tenants, that is not best of use of my time. The best use of my time is doing something I love. But doing something on the paperwork, keep tracking the tenants, that's just not what I love to do. So give someone there's an expert to do the work, right? Yes. And of course, the leverage. The leverage is number 1 to make us rich in real estate. So talk to the mortgage broker, Rob, and another guy wears a pink shirt, forgot her name. Sean. The purple shirt and the pink shirt, talk to them. Because mortgage, when you're talking about real estate investing, is not about the best rate. When I first started in 2005, my Bacon score from all the way from 800 down to 400. It's because every time I apply for a mortgage, that TD bank keep pulling my credit score. Don't let them do that, honestly. It's really going to destroy you. So I couldn't buy properties for a few years, so I have to use other people's expertise, which use other people's credit doing joint ventures. That's the other thing we can do as a real estate investor, right? You always use other people's leverage, use other people's expertise, experience to help yourself. How many of you love real estate investing? Good, good, good. I see smiley faces. Hello. Okay, now the long-term hold. I done fix and flip, rent to own, all these kind of things. The only thing I'm doing right now is long-term hold. I love the long-term hold. This is the Edmonton single house chart. This is from 2005 to the 2006. Even the market has a roller coaster up and down, but overall going up. Am I right? Yeah. Let me show you another figure. This is the numbers we got for June last month. So this is Edmonton and the surrounding areas. We have just over 8,000 listings. The balanced market is about 4,000 to 5,000 listings. So now, regardless who says, the number wouldn't cheat on you. So it's 8,000. Last year, we had over 6,600. That's the number you need to know. This is telling you we are at the buyer's market. As an investor, it's time to buy, not time to sell. And the selling ratio is 57%. Last year, the selling ratio is over 80%. So 57% means the properties on the market only have 57% chance to sell. What's that mean? They're only about 50% chance. So when the property is on the market for over 3 months, guess what? Reduce the price, right? So for the smart investors, what we can do? Negotiation, right? Cash is king. Get yourself pre-approved first, and then get a very strong offer. I'm not going to tell you how much down, but I would have no problem to reduce, 5 figures number, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever the numbers you pick. Yeah. So it's coming. And guess what? In 3 months is what? Now it's July. August, September, October, we'll maybe have a little bit of peak because people come back from school, they wanted to buy. But if not, I think this Christmas will be Black Friday for a whole month in December. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't say that. Is that in record? Okay. I'm just based on the numbers. When we hit the 8,000 level, it's a buyer's market. So the last year's average day on market is 41 days, and this year is 49 days. Get yourself ready for the market. There is four seasons. How many of you heard about the four seasons of the market, real estate market? There's a spring market, summer market, autumn, and what, fall. So guess where we are now? Summer, plateau, down, awesome. The number 8, be patient. It took me over 21 years. Well, it didn't take me too long to quit my job, but it took me a long time to figure out what I did right, what I did wrong. And so ask this question is, it takes 4 years to get university degree. It takes 9 months to give a birth. Is that 9 and 10 months, doesn't matter. And it takes how long to learn real estate investing. So investors need to know the long-term plan. Now, I love numbers. Before I investing on the southwest side, this is back in 2010 when the market is slowing down, I was studying what's going on off the Henday, what's happening in the future economic development. And that's why I was buying in Chappelle, Allard, Orchard, all these areas, because there's such a strong fundamentals. I'm buying future, not buying based on emotion. So what I'm buying today, I'll make sure what's happening in the next 10 years. Who will be the buyer when I'm selling? Who are my tenants? And in the 20 years, what's going on in Edmonton? So I always do lots of research, and I highly recommend you do that too. Because if you know what's going on in the future, you can start doing today to get yourself ready, get your money ready, get your money double, triple, or whatever in the future. And ask yourself, what type of investor are you? Are you a shark? You just want in and out? Or you are a flipper, or flippers in and out, they flip, they in. Right now, doing flipping may be not the best choice because our market is going to the winter season. So I actually did a flip. I bought a place in Devon. How many heard about Devon? Yeah, the little town. We thought, market was doing great. We bought the property. When we're ready to flip, guess what? 2008, whew. But we have a plan B. We rented out upstairs and downstairs, good cash flow. That probably took us we sold 2 years ago. Took a long time to sell, but we made money. So you always come with a plan B if a plan A doesn't work. You never put yourself in the cash flow issue. And remember, cash is king. And who can help you? That's so important. My mentor back in 2005 was playing cash flow game. My mentor Darren says, you know what? You are what does it say? You are surrounding with people who like you. So I wrote down 5 people I surround, they all have a JOBs. Now, I put up down 5 people, they all business owners. So I'm surrounding with business owners, surrounding with the right people, help you to be successful. Real estate is not a loner game, it's a team effort. You need to have a good mentor, good mortgage brokers, right? Inspector, property management, and the rentals. If you're going to do the renovations, talk to the rental guys, right? So you have a team to support you. How many of you have a team? Good, thank you. How many of you are planning to have a team? Okay, only a few hands. Good. Okay, awesome. So also the important thing is why you're investing in real estate. Why? What is your big why? If your why is bigger than your butt, B-U-T, I mean, then you will be doing whatever to make it happen, to be successful. If your why is not bigger than your butt, then you're not going to make it. That's just how life is. So start planning your future and, of course, enjoying life. Because we are a human being, not human doing. If you still have a JOB, unless you like it, otherwise think something to create your financial freedom, to create a passive income. Doing what you love, make money work for you. That's my philosophy, by the way. How many of you agreed? Thank you. Yeah, doing what you love and make money work for you. I love that. If you have any questions regarding investing, feel free to have a coffee day with me to talk about real estate investing. And if you wanted to keep in touch with me, I do have my monthly newsletter with market update. You can scan the code and sign up my newsletter. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate. Please come to see me after the event. I love to get to know everyone. Thank you. And thank you.